Welcome back to another daddy-daughter interview. And you know what I'm here for. Why don't you just go ahead and do it before I say it? So, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and comment down below. And I have something to ask of you guys. I need a favor. I need you to put some questions in the comments. I am running low on questions. I need some help. I need some inspiration. You can get the answer to that question. I know it's been in the back of your mind. And you're like, I don't know if I should put it. Should I put it? I don't know. Put it in there. I need it. Okay. So, leave those questions down in the comments. Leave something you want to say about our interview. Because it helps us to know what you're thinking when you're watching our videos. And without further ado, let's get into the interview.
This is episode 11. Deja, what do you have for us today?
So, my first question, it has something to do with my birthday, which was this past week. It was on Thursday. I'm officially a teenager now. But I want to know how you decide what to get me for my birthday.
Wow. Well, first of all, again, happy belated birthday. We officially have a teenager in the house, so I'm hoping that attitude don't come with that birthday. Right, Deja?
Yeah.
But how did I decide? How did I decide to get you? Well, it was very difficult, but because it's amazing how you had a board in your room, a running list on this board that every day we walked in there was something new on there. So you kind of made it easy for us for the items, but how to pick what to get for you was a bit difficult because we were trying to match the item with your personality. So what we did, we looked at what Deja do, how Deja like to try new things, what Deja really like to do. And we didn't go to safe zone. We kind of went to the medium range. And one item in particular, we got you several items off that list, but that one item that I thought was cool and I know you would like was a skateboard. So I said, let me get this skateboard and see where it goes. Probably, knowing you'll probably start a YouTube channel of you skateboarding and telling people how to do tricks. So that's how I thought about it. What things can I get for you to be creative, to bring out even more of the creative side of you?
Okay. Well, that was nice. So I've never known you to be really scared of anything, but everybody has something that they're scared of. So, what is your biggest fear?
Wow. My biggest fear in life, period, Deja, and I promise I'm not trying to be too deep, but not giving life all that it have to offer. What I mean by that is we live life and we do things day to day. We make it a routine, but we have so much greatness in us, and I don't want to take any of my great ideas or great things I do to the grave with me. I don't want to not put forth my best effort to show you the best version of Terrell or the best version of your dad. So I have a fear of not completing some of the things I want to do in life. One thing and I tell people I want to win the Nobel Peace Prize. I am not shy about telling people that anymore. But with that come great service, and I don't want to not do a thing because of what people gonna say or what people gonna think. I want to give life my best and set the best example to provide a legacy for the family.
Okay, so you're talking about how. With the first question, you're talking about how the skateboard is gonna be something.
I can't. Can you speak up a little bit? I'm sorry.
Okay. So, in the first question, you were talking about how the skateboard is gonna be something I'll do a lot. And I figured that when you were a little kid, you probably played a lot. Maybe. Now that I think about it, you might have been on the farm. So maybe this question doesn't apply to him. But it might. So let's find out. What was the best toy you had as a little kid?
Wow. Actually, Deja, it was a toy that my dad made for me. I told you about the Tonka truck before, right? But there was a toy, and it was a toy that my dad used to make for himself. In the country, there was always some metal around, and there was wire. So we had a metal ring. It was literally like a ring of metal, and he made this little attachment or other piece, and it had a handle with the end that crook around it, and I would call it the hand wheel if I had to give it a name. So we created the hand wheel, and you take the piece of metal and you take the wire, you bend it for a little handle, you have an extension, then you have something go around it. And you would push that wheel with your handle. So the hand wheel, you had to have skills and ability to balance it to make sure that that wheel goes, and you just run fast as you want, and you go left and you go right. But that hand wheel was one of my most enjoyable toys because it actually cracked a code in me to say that we have no limits and no boundaries of our creation. It was a simple concept, but it grew on me so much with that hand wheel. That's how I use and do some of the things that I do today, how I come up with some of my ideas and concepts because of that hand wheel. I was exposed to that hand wheel, and I think some of that is actually in you. You know, when you're playing the keyboard and you're playing the violin and all guitars and all the other stuff you do. It because of the creativity that hand wheel experience gave me. So when we go back to Alabama, ask Granddaddy about the hand wheel. And if he don't have one, I can promise you he will make one. But you would know what I'm talking about, okay?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've grown up and you've gone away from the farm that
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
probably on a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
As a little kid, and you took many vacations since then because you've taken many vacations since I've been alive, and you probably took some before that. So, what is the best vacation you've ever taken?
Punta Cana. I'm a Dominican brother. The best one I went to was Punta Cana. It was my honeymoon. When we first went to Punta Cana, we stayed at the Secret Resort, an all-inclusive 7-day, 6-night stay. In Deja, it was phenomenal. I spoke no Espanol, but my Dominican brothers, we got through it all. I had a great time. You know, the water, of course, was good, but it was a different atmosphere. I was introduced to something new. It opened my eyes and said, man, you know, God created a beautiful world. Let me go see it. And the most memorable was the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. Yes, ma'am.
So was it Punta Cana or Dominican Republic?
Well, it was Punta Cana. It's in the Dominican Republic.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your answer to that question kind of ties in with my next question.
Okay.
Because it has something to do with after you got married. My question has to do with how you got married. So, how did you propose to mommy?
Actually, Deja, the world don't know this. Your mother proposed to me first. I'm not even making this up. Your mother proposed to me when I was at Fort Stewart before we deployed, and it wasn't because we were deploying because she didn't even know. But she said she was driving from Alabama to Georgia, and she said she was driving behind a log truck, and she told herself, I cannot live the rest of my life not knowing that I could be with this guy, or not marrying this guy, excuse me. So we was going out, and I think Eric knew, probably Chris too, because those still are my best friends. They knew everything before me anyway. I was the slow person in the house. Everything happened to Terrell don't know till later. So when we finna get ready to go to Savannah, I'm ready to go to Savannah, everything. The car ready, the car cool, it's clean. I'm in my blue Malibu again. And she like, hey, I got something to tell you. I'm like, okay, what? So she get down on her knee and she proposed. I'm like, oh my God. So Deja, it was shocking, but it was such a relief because I did want to marry your mother. I did want to marry Miss Hatcher at the time. I did want to make Hatcher into a Tarver. It was such a relief, and I tell you, when she became my fiance, I released everything to her. I'm talking about from checkbook to my heart. She had it all. But I went to Operation Iraqi Freedom. I went to combat, and I came back, and I said, I have to make this thing right. Meaning, I need to propose to her. So what happened when we got off the plane, I had a ring. I got the ring from Iraq. So I know it was real gold because they got the real stuff, right? So I proposed to her. The news cameras was there, and then everybody was cheering on, and they filmed me, and the rest is history. But that's how I proposed to her when I came from Iraq.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we've talked about some unsmart things that you've done.
Yes,
before.
You called me out.
And you probably want to forget about those things, but it might not be the thing that you want to forget about the most. So, what is the thing that you want to forget about the most?
You know, I want to forget about, and this is something, Deja, people just don't talk about. I want to forget about the things that make your parents not so proud. Things that make you not be in a good situation. And, you know, some of those things, if we just being real here, Deja, is I could have took school a lot more serious. As smart as you think your daddy is, and the grades prove it, you know, I do a couple things. As intelligent as you think I am, the scholar that you think I am, as she making faces behind me. Deja, I didn't pay attention in school like I should in high school. I wasn't a bad student, but I could have really applied myself to have a 4.0. But I didn't. I was just coasting. I was just riding waves. So I regret that. Thus the reason I do some things today. Some would call overachieving. No, I just want to get it all. I want to do it my best. That's one thing I could have done. And another thing I recently talked to my dad about, and it wasn't a relief, but it was just a refresher. I often tell you, I said, I'm still trying to make my parents proud. Because I just don't want them to be disappointed in me. But he told me, he said, son, you already made me proud. He said, just continue to do the things you're doing. So, you know, the things I want to forget about are the things that didn't make a good impression on them. And what we do in life, we try to overcompensate in another area to try and make those things go away. But it's simply because of those things, Deja, that allow us to grow into the people that we are. So to say I want them to go away would be a dishonor to my growth. And I find it refreshing when you bring it up. You have no idea what that's doing for me, to let me take a look back, let me flash back and see what's going on. And then I can know how far I came and how far I really need to go.
Okay, well, that was bringing light. So going back to your answer to the first question, you said that you choose things based upon what I can use to learn something new. Mm-hmm. And it seems to me like you learned a lot of new stuff. So what thing that you know how to do was the most fun to learn how to do? If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
That made perfect sense.
Okay.
This YouTube channel. Because Deja, I watch YouTube, I watch YouTubers, and I used to be like, oh man, that's so cool. How did they get that? How did they make that happen? Really, it's trial and error, but it's also the walk and the journey through it. This YouTube channel, I say we together learn this from researching what lighting we need to what camera we need, what camera we're trying to buy, microphones, the audio down low, and Granddaddy saying, hey, I can't quite hear you.
I hope you can hear me, Daddy.
But that one thing there, the YouTubing, and this is what really is blowing my mind, Deja, how you edit the videos, how after we shoot, and you're able to edit the video for me to publish, and you email me the questions after we done. So that show that, you know, you're being a producer of a YouTube channel that's going to gain traction and have many subscribers. So that's the one thing that I didn't know how to do that we know how to do together.
Okay. I had fun doing this as well. It's pretty fun. I kind of thought, like, I've always thought about having a YouTube channel, and I was like, I don't even know what I would want a YouTube channel about. So I don't know if I want one anymore, but I have a temporary one for now, and I might get one later. I don't know.
Exactly.
So this is the last question, and before I ask the question, if you get fussed at for your answer to this question, this is your fault. I'm just asking the question.
Well, you set me up. Wow. Okay.
Maybe, but not really.
Okay.
So the reason I say that is because the answer to this question, it could be something made by grandma or mommy or a friend or from a restaurant. I don't know.
Okay.
But what was the best thing that you ever tasted in your entire life? You see why you might get fussed at now?
Oh, wow. The best thing I tasted in my entire life. Deja, you really putting me on the spot. But I can tell, I've tasted many great dishes. I actually can't even go with soul food because soul food is so good. It's just so deep in my soul. I'm going to take you to Jacksonville, Florida, to a restaurant. I think it was called Coco's. Deja, at Coco's, we had, your mother and I at the time, we had a beef rib with some coconut rice. And oh my God, you would think that coconut rice was like rice pudding. It wasn't sweet, but it was a nice flavored cocoa rice, and that beef rib was so big. It like it came off the Flintstone. And the meat was so tender and tasteful. And oh my goodness. That was very good. I never tried to duplicate it. I had it. I can give you one more dish that I want, like, today. And I asked your mom for it.
She said it was too much work.
Yeah, she said it was too much work. And
I know exactly what you're about
what's
to
the
say.
name of it? Pork stew?
Stewed pork.
Stewed pork. And it's a process. It's about it is about a half-day process for this stewed pork. But that stewed pork is way up there with that beef rib. And that stewed pork and rice, on point. But those two dishes that stand out from the banana puddings and soul foods and barbecues and that whole nine. Because we know Terran is the king of barbecue. We know that your mom is the king of lasagna and
Queen.
feeding me, right? We know your grandmother is just an all-around cook. You know, she cooked soul food for lunch. You call her, said, what you had for lunch? She said, oh, we got some cabbage and some chicken wings. That sounds like
cornbread.
Yeah, some cornbread. So to call those meals out, that's what they are excellent at doing. But the standing out is those things that I told you. Does that answer your question? Because I don't want to fiddle fat around your questions and they'd be like, oh, you really didn't answer her question.
Yes,
Okay.
for everybody out there that did answer my question,
Okay.
and he answered all my questions. So
Great.
say it in the comments. I don't know where you were. You missed something. But, so those are all the questions.
Excellent.
And, as I said last week, we're doing something new.
Something new.
And we did a recommendation. And now it's recommendation time. So, do you have anything to recommend to the viewers?
Yes. I actually have another book to recommend. The reason I'm able to talk before people and companies and corporations and churches and everything I do is because I read. Reading is fundamental. And I thank God that my daughter is a reader also. She actually get in trouble for not going to sleep because she's trying to read when she goes to sleep. But I want to recommend Who Moved My Cheese. I can show it to you on the next episode. It's a good read. It's a small read. But Who Moved My Cheese is a book that will get you to thinking. I'm not going to tell the book, but I encourage you to go to Amazon and buy it or go to the library and check it out. But I think that would be a good starter for those of you out there. One, just, say, I don't read. And two, those who trying to do something different in life. Find out who moving your cheese.
Okay. Well, thanks for that recommendation. And do you have anything else to add?
Well, I want to talk to you. I would have to talk to Deja. I want to talk to Deja later, but real quick, guys. Listen, don't allow the enemy to take you in the dark to develop your negatives. Though that's a photo philosophy and term, that's what the enemy does. That's what people do. That's what distraction does. It take you into a dark place for your negative thoughts to come up and you now putting those vibes out to the world. Don't do that. Don't allow yourself to walk in a dark place. When you find your head down, when you find that things not going your way, look up. If you look up, you can get up. That's what I have for you, Deja.
All right. Well, thank you. And that's the end of our interview.
Until next time, I'll see you good people.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our daddy-daughter interview. And as I said before, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and comment down below. Now, down in the comments, I forgot to say this before. My dad would like to know something very serious. He needs as many people as possible to comment about this. And I would like it too. It would do my heart very well to know what you think. You know what I want? I want you to tell me what you think about my mohawk. I think it's pretty cool. I had it. I got it for my birthday. And it was amazing. And I like it so much. But yeah, what do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments. And until next time, we out.